You have to walk in forgiveness. Because if you walk in bitterness and anger and defeat and anguish and all those things that come with getting incarcerated, then when you get up to bat, when you get to the game, you may strike out. You might hit a base hit. You might hit a double. But then life is going to throw something at you that'll cause you to, you're out. Welcome to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tijerina, and today I want to talk to you about swinging for the fences. You know, life will always throw curveballs at you, but I want to ask you, are you ready for them? Have you been preparing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually for what's coming at you? Because I guarantee you, if you're not ready to take on society, if you're not ready to take on your community, if you're not ready to get in the game, you will strike out. You will foul out and you will strike out. Now, fouling out and striking out, they're two different things, right? You can get up to bat and you can foul out and maybe you can walk your way to first base. But, you know, once you strike out, you got to hit that dugout, because when you leave that dugout, you get to get back up and play, or you get kicked out of the ballpark. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all the analogies talking about when we swing for the fences, because I want to challenge you today. If you're not ready to play the game, then sit back down and start getting ready for the game, because society ain't got nothing for you if you're not ready. Hey, listen, my name is Ron Tijerina, and I will be right back to continue this conversation.
Dear son, it's been hard these last few years, watching you grow up without me in the picture. Never taking the time to find out how you were or what was going on in your life. You're just a boy, I thought. You don't need me. I didn't need my dad. He was never around, I told myself. But I was wrong, son. I'm supposed to be a grown man. I was selfish. I was stupid. I was thinking of me, not you. If I could go back, son, and change things, I would. It's taken me all this time being selfish to finally grow up and realize I need to be a responsible man. That's what I finally learned, not from prison, but the TYRO program. It's all about becoming a better, stronger man. Wish I would have gotten it sooner. Everything looks different to me now. I'm a changed person. I know I need to be there for you now. It's not about me anymore. It's not about being cool. It's not about who I run with. It's about mom. It's about you. It's about being a better man, learning something new in my life. It's about being a TYRO, a man worth following. I'm your dad. You're my son, and I love you. I am a TYRO. I'm a TYRO. Dad.
If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO or just want to know more, contact your local Ridge Project facilitator or your caseworker.
Swinging for the fences. You know, what do you think about? You know, you get your bat and you get on home plate and you want to hit a home run. You remember when we were little boys, and maybe even when you were a little girl, that you pretended to be that superstar playing baseball. I remember when I was little and I got my ball glove and I'm out there all by myself in the yard, right? Playing by myself. And I would pretend somebody hit the ball and I'm going to go catch it. It's the bottom of the ninth, bases are loaded, and it's hit out to me. I'm in right field, center field, left field. I don't know. I'm somewhere where I catch the ball and I win, right? We win the game because I caught the ball. Or bases are loaded. It's the bottom of the ninth and you guys are down, right? And you get up to bat and you pretend this. You're playing this over in your mind, and you get up there and you swing for the what? You swing for the fences, and you had no problem doing that in your pretend world. Well, guess what? Now it's time to really get in the game and prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself physically for what's coming at you. Because when these fastballs are coming in, when life is throwing things at you that you're not ready for, you might get hit with the ball. You might get struck out with the ball. You might get something, but the goal is to get on base. base. The goal is to get on second, get on third, to finally get home. And if you're not mentally prepared, if you're not ready for what life has you, you will strike out. You will foul out. You will get put out. So I want to challenge you today, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're talking about step one. Why? Why do you want to prepare yourself, right? Because you got dreams, you got goals, and you got ambitions, right? So you got to know your why. What is it you want to do when you leave penitentiary, when you leave that environment? What are you preparing yourself for? What are you preparing yourself for? Because everything you're doing in prison right now is based upon theory. You're putting into theory what you believe will work when you hit the streets. For example, you're getting up in the morning. You got count time. You got to make your bed, and everything is being prepared for you. So when you hit society, you can function well in your community, in your home, right? But what are you doing outside of that? Everything else has been ordered for you, but what are you doing outside of that for self-motivation? Not only self-preservation, right? But I'm talking about self-motivation. Are you doing push-ups? Are you reading books? Are you understanding your purpose? Are you grabbing hold of your passion, right? If you don't have these rooted and grounded within you, if you don't have an understanding how you're going to get to where you want to go, right? If you don't have a path of success, you will strike out. You're not even going to have a chance to get up to bat, let alone get a bat, right? For example, when you're playing baseball, you got to have the right size of bat. Now, do you have an aluminum bat or do you have a wooden bat? Are you ready, and do you have what it takes to make it in the big league? Because that's what I'm telling you right now. You see, you were once in the big league, right? We call it life. But then you got put back in the minors. We call it prison. But now you might have an opportunity to come back into the big leagues because you were in the minor leagues and you've been learning and you've been growing. And now it's time to go from the minor leagues to the big leagues. So I want to challenge you. Do you know your why? Do you know what your purpose is? Do you know what your passion is? These are the things that you have to embrace and come into knowing before you hit the streets. You can't tell yourself, when I get home, I'm going to, or when I get this, I'm going to, when I get there, I'm going to. It has to begin right now. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you're not properly preparing yourself for what's coming at you, you will strike out, you will foul out, and you will be benched once again. So how do you get ready? How do you understand your why? How do you find your why? I'm going to give you the secret to that. If what you're thinking about doing, if you would do it for free, if no one has to pay you to do what you love to do, now you're getting really close to your why. If not, you're hitting right on it. Now you're up to bat and you understand your why. But have you been practicing that cut? Right? Have you been practicing that type of swing? Have you been disciplining yourself to prepare yourself mentally to get up there and see every pitch as it comes towards you, and you know exactly how you're going to swing the bat in order to swing for the fences, in order to hit that home run in your life? And when you can pinpoint, I would do this, or tell yourself, I would do this for free. I love what I'm doing. Some of you people in there have been working out, and guess what? You love working out. You've been studying nutrition. Is that something you would do when you get home? You want to become a nutrition expert? You want to become a bodybuilder? You want to really put yourself in a place where you're somebody's guru when it comes to fitness? That's possible, right? When you understand your why, you will understand your purpose. Hey, listen, when I come back, we're going to continue this conversation, so don't go away. Hey, sweetheart, you got that blank piece of paper that I need?
Sure do. Right here.
Well, that's not a blank piece of paper.
It obviously is a blank piece of paper.
This is not a blank piece of paper. Why is it that you always give me something that's not what I want?
You know what, Ron? It's obviously blank.
I do not
don't know
want
what you're
this. This is
complaining
not
about.
what I wanted.
Oh, no matter what I do, it's always wrong. You
What are
find
you
fault
talking
in everything.
about?
It's obviously
This is
a
not
blank piece of
blank.
paper. I am sick and tired
Why
of
do you
arguing all
always
the time.
trip
It's
in
never
this?
good
You
enough.
never
I'm
listen to what I'm
tired
telling
of you.
you.
I'm done.
Just stop. Wow, what did you just witness? I'm Ron Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina.
And together we have been working with tens of thousands of couples for the last 2 decades.
And we have been helping couples understand that nobody's right and nobody's wrong. They're just each seeing it from their own perspective and unable to bridge together.
So when's the last time you were in a discussion with your significant other or your spouse and you had a disagreement over something so small that turned into something so big?
So many of the couples we work with have this experience where they argue about something because they only see it from their own perspective.
So I'm looking at it from my vantage point, and guess what? Frankly, I'm only want to see it my way, because it's my way or the what? The highway.
Over time, what happens is these issues start to pile up and they create more and more distance between couples. And so now we're arguing about every small thing because we have to defend our perspective.
As we began arguing, it really was apparent whose side I was on. I wasn't on her side and she wasn't on my side. In fact, we were on opposite teams.
We became enemies, and what was more important for us was to be right than for us to actually understand each other. When couples do this, they continue to erode their relationship. What you need to do is get the issues out from between you, move them out in front of you, and remember that you're a team able to navigate through anything together by seeing all sides of the issue.
Now remember, there is nothing more important than us.
If you are sick and tired of being on opposite sides and arguing over every small thing, then this is exactly where you need to be.
Now it's time to introduce you to a program that's going to teach you how to resolve these issues.
In this dynamic program that's internationally recognized, you're going to learn how to resolve conflict, how to get on the same page and listen for understanding. Couple communication, which was written by Dr. Sherrod Miller and Dr. Phyllis Miller, will actually help you be on the same team and recognize the power of resolving conflict together.
One of the greatest tools that you're going to embrace is really coming to the understanding that what you've been doing is natural. But this is learned behavior, and we're about ready to take you to a next level on how to enhance your relationship.
Now, if you're sick and tired of having all of these petty issues come between you, if you are exhausted from every time that you have interaction with your spouse, it turns into drama, then this is where you want to be. You want to sign up for couple communication. You want to take this program together, and I guarantee you that you are going to love it.
Before I even came, I had controlling issues. I had problems with actually being able to talk to my fiance. And since I've been here and learned new experienced efforts, I can change my life now, and I can actually listen to her and know what to help her with.
Information that was given was really helpful. We'll be able to use it in our everyday life for our marriage, for our children, and everything else. So really enjoyed this weekend.
It's helped me to be able to let down guards that I was not willing to let down, because now I see a change in him, and I see him, becoming a different person than he was. He's more excited about the whole project, and now we're thinking we want to be a part of something like this.
Stop telling yourself that tomorrow you're going to do better. Stop saying to yourself, tomorrow I'll find that program. Today's your opportunity to do something not only for yourself, but for all those around you.
In couple communication, you're going to learn a brand new process. This process is going to help you avoid ever fighting over petty stuff again. It's going to take you to a new level in your relationship as you learn how to listen for understanding, to clearly articulate and share from your own experience. You're going to get on the mats. You're going to have notepads. You're going to learn skills that you're going to be like, wow, if only I had known this at the beginning.
It's not too late. We are all on this journey. We are all on this continuous improvement plan. But guess what? You have to take the first step, and let today be that first step for you and your significant other.
If you're ready to like each other again and be on the same team, this is the program for you. Sign up today.
Hey, right now I'm talking about swinging for the fences. Getting yourself ready for the community that you're about ready to embark into, it takes a lot of effort. Not on my part, not on anybody else's part around you, but you. You have to be so real with yourself that you know whether you're an A player, a B player, or a C player. What is it that you're good at? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually prepare yourself for when you hit the streets? If you don't know this answer, I want to encourage you, get the answer. Don't hit the streets cold. You don't get up to bat cold. You don't get up to the bat without practicing and warming up your arms. Even if you're just playing catch, you prepare yourself for the game. But now, not only the day of the game, but you prepare yourself way before the game. You begin practicing what it is you're about to do. You mentally see the plays that are coming at you. If you're in a position of catcher, pitcher, first baseman, second baseman, and on, you prepare yourself for what's coming at you. You tell yourself, if the ball is hit to me, what do I do with it? If there's a man on first and the ball is hit to me, me, what am I supposed to do with it? If there's a man on first and third and the ball's hit to me, what do I do with it? You see, you've already mentally prepared yourself and have been practicing prior to something taking place. Well, that's the same thing what you're required to do while you're in the penitentiary, while you're doing time. You are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically preparing yourself for when situations come at you, you already know how to handle it. You already know how to prepare yourself for it so you don't get taken out. Because tests are coming. There's going to be things happening in your life to see if you're the real McCoy. But as I said earlier, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So what are you seeing in your mind coming at you? You know, you're up to bat and you take a swing and maybe it turns into a bunt. Do you walk to first base or do you run to first base? Or does the catcher grab the ball and tag you out? Or are you going to make him chase you down to first place and he's got to tag you out? You see, a great ball player anticipates everything that's coming his way. Well, that's how we do this in life. When we swing for the fences, we understand what it's going to take to be that home run king. You know, there's some great athletes out there in baseball, right? We got Hank Aaron, we got Babe Ruth, we got Johnny Bench, right? We got all these athletes, these professional ball players that have practiced all their life for the big game. This is what you're required to do, is to start practicing for the big game. When is that big game? When they say you're free to go. Now you're in the game. Now you got to be in it to win it. That means you prepared yourself for such a time as this. That means you have been studying what needs to be done, what you need to do in order to get where you got to go, right? That means you've called your team members. You can't do this alone. Baseball is not a one-man game, right? You got all the team. You got 9 people in this game. You got your catcher, your pitcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, right field, center field, and left field, right? You got 9 people on this diamond out here playing field. How many people you got in your sphere of influence? How many people you got on your team? I want to encourage you. Don't start this game without a team. If you can't be the captain of your team, get in a team. Start letting people mentor you, prepare you for what's coming. Now, there's people in your sphere of influence that have been in prison, went home, and came back. Those are some of the people that you might need to hear from. You might need to ask them, hey, listen, what got you tripped up out there that you came back? What is it that turned you sideways that you end up back here? I need to know that so I don't make those same mistakes. It's okay to ask for advice. It's okay to ask for help. You know, a team is not successful by itself. There's no such thing as a one-man show, and success is not a one-man show. You need a team. So who's on your team? Who's rooting for you? Who are you rooting for? As you begin to swing for the fences, I want to challenge you. Look at your teammates, family members, people you need to meet, people you need to connect with. Who on your team is going to help you swing for the fences so you can get that home run, so you can get that driver's license, so you can pay that child support, so you can get that job, so you can get electricity, right, in your name, right? These are the things you need in life. But if you don't know how to swing for the fences, you will always strike out. Hey, we come back, we're going to talk about how do you wrap a team around your vision. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Finding your purpose should not be rocket science. Why is it in life when we get excited about something, when something comes our way and we know that this is our purpose, we know this is the reason why we were put here on earth, we allow life and the circumstances thereof to snatch our joy, to steal our dreams? Why is it that we allow those things to just suffocate our growth?
Because we make it so complicated. You need a program that shows you the process, that lays it out in front of you so that you know exactly when you're on track to unleash your fullest potential.
Because the word is, if you're faithful in the little things, you will be faithful in the big things.
In this program, we're going to teach you the process to actually reach your dreams. Some of you don't even know what your dreams are, so we're going to help you unlock that and unleash that. And then we're going to give you the process to step through all of the challenges, overcome every single obstacle in order to reach and achieve those dreams.
Part of the process of you becoming a new person for you is understanding what it means to be a TYRO, right? You're going to start reciting a pledge that is going to become your new mantra for your life, called the TYRO Pledge. And I promise you, this will change the way you think about you.
We're going to teach you the difference between a value statement and an observation. We're going to give you the formula on how to be successful in investing your time and energy. We're going to walk you through the process of developing a mission statement.
This is not gonna be easy. This is not a cakewalk, but if you're ready to live up to your greatest potential, to take on every challenge that's in front of you and conquer them, then you're ready to be a Tyro.
You must know you are not on this path alone. As you go through this course, you're going to be going through this course with people all across the world. There are Tyros worldwide that are waiting to welcome you into this community, to become a person worth following and join the network that is transforming their lives and their communities.
The greatest honor of completing TYRO is to earn the TYRO pen. Many people from across the world, from all walks of life, have earned the TYRO pen by completing the 12 workshops that are in this program. But just because you signed up, and maybe you showed up for one or two of them, doesn't give you the right to earn the TYRO pin. You must complete this entire program to be pinned a TYRO.
This pinning is an outward symbol of something that's happened on the inside. Because throughout the TYRO process, you are going to be awakened to your purpose and your dreams. Your heartbeat begins to resurrect and beat again for the passion of being a leader in your home, your community, and your workplace.
If your dreams don't scare you, then you are not dreaming big enough. Sign up for this program if you're ready to be pushed to your greatest potential. Sign up for this program if you're ready to live the next level of life. You have what it takes. Everything that you need is right inside you. We're here to help you pull it out, your greatest potential. Quit running from yourself. Become the man or the woman that you were called to be here today, right now. Hey, welcome back. I've been talking about swinging for the fences. And you know, as you think about preparing yourself for the community that you're from, going back to the streets, and really society in general, I want to ask you, do you know how to do that? Do you know how to prepare yourself? Because this is something that you need to practice daily. The first thing you need to do is to really practice discipline, right? And this discipline means you get up early in the morning. You don't wait for somebody to come and tell you it's time to get up. This means that you take care of your hygiene. You take care of yourself. You start maybe even think about how you physically look. Are you happy with the vehicle you're traveling in? Do you like the way you look? You know, maybe you need to lose a couple pounds. Maybe you need to tighten up a little bit. Preparing yourself for the community is you don't want to leave the penitentiary the same way you came in. You want to leave not only mentally and spiritually and emotionally strong, you want to leave physically strong. And I want to encourage you. Sometimes you got to, maybe if you haven't done any push-ups, how do you prepare yourself to swing for the fences? I want to encourage you, start a regimen, working out. Start a regimen in reading. Now let's talk about the mental aspect. Maybe you haven't read a book in a while. Maybe you're having trouble reading. Maybe you need a little assistance in that area of your life. It's okay to ask for help. To be ready to get in this game, all of us need a coach. All of us need a mentor. All of us need somebody to help us where we're weak at so that we can build that weakness into a strength. Right now, you know what you're good at. You already know your strength, and that's great. And you continue to improve on your strengths. But what about the areas of your life that you're weak at? How do you become stronger in those areas? That means you got to practice something different. Some of you have yet to deal with the issues that got you incarcerated. Have you looked at them? Have you dealt with them? Have you been honest with yourself and asked for forgiveness? How do you prepare yourself to swing for the fences? Well, you have to walk in healing. You have to forgive yourself for whatever took place that got you where you're at today, where you fell short, that got you incarcerated, where you did not live up to your greatest potential. I want to encourage you, life is not over, but you have to forgive yourself and you have to forgive others. You have to walk in forgiveness, because if you walk in bitterness and anger and defeat and anguish and all those things that come with getting incarcerated, then when you get up to bat, when you get to the game, you may strike out. You might hit a base hit. You might hit a double. But then life is going to throw something at you that'll cause you you're out. I want to encourage you, deal with the things in your life that are holding you back. And you know what they are, whether they're emotional, mental, or spiritual. You know, so when we're talking about how do you get to a place where you're able to swing for the fences every time you get up to bat. Now, the truth is you're not going to always hit a home run, but you're not always going to strike out either, right? You will strike out in life. That's the way it is. But that's not meant to take you out of the game. Now, we don't want to strike out, but sometimes we do. How do you get back up? How do you pick yourself back up? You have to be prepared when life doesn't go your way. Maybe you apply for the job that you wanted so badly and you didn't get hired. They didn't call you in. You know what? You got looked over and somebody else got the job. How do you deal with that? Well, you pick yourself up and you shake the dust off and you go on to the next job interview. You don't throw a fit. You don't throw your bat down. You don't take your helmet off and say, you know what? Screw this game. I ain't playing no more. I'm going to go do my own rules. Well, that's not how life works. Life is going to be disappointing. Life is going to throw curves at you. But even if you strike out, that doesn't mean you're out of the game. We all strike out. We all don't get hits. But that does what distinguishes the men from the boys or the girls from the women, right? Watch this now, is how you play the game. What's your attitude? How do you handle it? You don't always get home runs in baseball. You don't always win in baseball. But you can always win in life because it's all about your attitude. How do you handle defeat? That's what we're talking about. How do you handle a loss? How do you handle the things that life is going to throw at you? I want to encourage you, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel just because you struck out. Get back up and swing again. Because what are we doing? We are swinging for the fences. Hey, listen, we come back. I'm going to wrap all this up and put a bow on it. So I'll be right back. Now, when we talk about why, what, and how to swing for the fences, the bottom line is you need to get in the game. You need to prepare yourself for what's coming at you. It's one thing to play basketball all day, your entire bit. It's another thing to just hang out in the day room. But if you're not properly preparing yourself for the streets, as we say it, right, or your community, then you're not going to get in the game. You're not going to do very well when you're in the game. You're going to strike out way too many times. And, just like in baseball, you could be in the major leagues. And if you're not reaching your greatest potential, if you're not bringing value to the team, what do? They demote you. They take you back down to the minor leagues. Well, and sometimes even the minor leagues, they cut you there too. We don't want you to be cut in this thing called life. We want you to bring healing to this thing that we call life. You are in the best place you can be right now to learn, to grow, and to be an asset to any team that you're part of. So take advantage of your surroundings. Take advantage of all the intelligence that's around you, preparing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually so that you can be the best player for your team when you hit the streets, the best first baseman when you hit the streets, whatever that position is in your life that you find yourself, whether that be your first job. Maybe it's working at Burger King. Maybe it's flipping burgers. Maybe it's being a janitor somewhere. Maybe it is starting your own company. Maybe it is going back to college and getting that degree. Whatever it might be, when you get home, you want to be the best you can be. But if you're not the best you can be right where you're at now, you will fall short when you hit the streets. Because practice starts now. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. When does that start? Right now, right where you're at. Don't wait till you get home to begin practicing these principles. Start where you're at now. Now, I know I said a lot in this segment, but what I said, I hope rang true to you. I hope you take into account everything that I gave you today. Take notes, put it into practice. If you're looking for success, you got to begin right now. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Don't wait till you get home to start what we're talking about. When the going gets tough, what they say, the tough get going. And I believe in you. I know you can achieve greatness. This isn't the end of the line for you. This isn't the end of the story for you. Stay focused. Get the job done. Hey, listen, my name is Ron Tijerina, and always remember, I am rooting for you. You don't got to record that part. Hey, my name is Ron Tijerina. Let me switch that.